Some of the top clubs in Europe are sniffing around our best players, and we've got a shed load of money to spend, so I decided to do a transfer special for the first time in this series. Hope you enjoy it. Hello everyone and welcome to part 23 of a Selhurst Success Story and what is becoming the most frustrating transfer window in the history of transfer windows. We have 3.5 weeks to go until the season starts and we can't bring in the players that I want to bring in. We've lost Odsonne Edouard. Offers came in. He came to me and said that he wants to leave the club. And he went to Arsenal for £83 million. It will be on the last season's one, I think. Yeah, because he went before the season started. Yeah, £83 million. I basically had to promise him I would accept the offer. And I did so. We completed the £7 million signing of Adam Karabek on the 9th of June, like I said. But we lost Odsonne Edouard a month ago now, 22nd of June. And since then, the only player I've brought in is Sekou Mara, who is a £7 million, 21-year-old inverted winger on the left-hand side, who can play up front, but he's just a breakthrough prospect. He's nowhere near the first team at the minute. He's 21, potential four-star player. But he's come in as a backup. That's all he is. He's a backup. He's in the under-20. He's gone straight into the under-23s. I may bring him into the first team as a backup, or I may send him out on loan. So he's not there as a first-choice player. But I've put in bids for Alexander Isak, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Jamal Musiala. They all want stupid money, like stupid money. I think Alexander Isak wants like £285,000 a week. Jamal Musiala wanted over £300,000 and then he wanted like £1.6 million for 10 assists. It's just stupid money. And it's something as well. All right, in real life, players want stupid money, but Adam Idah at Norwich City. He is the perfect example of what is broken and what is wrong with Football Manager. He's currently playing for Norwich City. Now, if we look at the Premier League for last season, we see that Norwich City finished 10th. They haven't qualified for Europe. They were a mid-table side. We're second. We're in the Champions League. We won the League Cup and we're hopefully going to be challenging for the title this season. Adam Idah had a £54 million release clause in place. If we click on him, we'll see his history for last year. He scored 23 goals in 33 appearances last year, 17 goals a season before. He's an Ireland international with 21 goals in 29 caps. Complete forward, advanced forward, pressing forward, target forward. He had a £54 million release clause in his contract. So we went straight in for him. We hit the £54 million. Well, we weren't mucking about trying to offer lower. £54 million, done. He accepted. He was keen to discuss terms. We started discussing terms. His agent asked for something like £150,000 a week, which I thought, right, he's a goal scorer, I'll go for that. But it was the conditions that were then put on. He wanted... it was £1.5 million for scoring 10 goals, then another £750,000 for scoring 15 goals, and it just stupid amounts. His goal bonus was something like £80,000 a goal. Like it was stupid things. So I tried to remove a few, tried to bring them down. The agent walked away. So I tried, like I said, Calvert-Lewin and Alexander Isak. They all wanted stupid money. I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin was agreeing to sign as a squad player but wanted £150,000 a week. And he isn't as good as Edouard, who I've just sold. So I went back in for Adam Idah. Tried negotiations again. Again, they broke down because the agent's demands. This time he wanted even more money on the wages. I managed to get rid of the conditions and stuff, and he wanted something like £200,000 a week. So I tried to bring that down, kept trying to negotiate. I probably would have paid him £200,000 a week, to be fair, if he scored the goals for us. But I tried to bring it down, and then the agent just walked away. And then he signed a new contract with Norwich. For, where is it? Where's his contract info. £86,000 a week. I don't understand it. Don't understand it at all. A goal bonus of £12,750. £3.7 million loyalty bonus. He wanted £10 million loyalty bonus from us to sign, and he wanted £200,000 a week. The game is broken. The game's broken. If things like that, this happens all the time. It's like if an AI club come in, like for example, Sievert Manswerk in our first team. He kicked off because he wanted a new contract. I offered him a new contract. It weren't enough money what he wanted. So then he kicked off. A couple of players sided with him and said that I should offer him a new contract, even though I did offer him a new contract. And I couldn't actually say to the players, I had to call a team meeting with the 4 or 5 players who were supporting him. But I couldn't say to them, I've offered him it and he didn't accept it. I had to either say I'm not offering him a contract or I am offering him a contract, which would end in a promise. Well, I'd already offered him one. So again, there's another situation where the game's kind of broken because I had offered him a contract, but I couldn't tell the players that I had. I had to say I will or I won't. A couple of players ended up siding with me, but he wanted to go on a transfer list, so I transfer listed him. He's agreed that I have to accept a bid of £55 million for him. The highest bid I had for him was 18 million. But yet if I go in for a player, I have to pay twice what they're worth. It's always been a problem with Football Manager, and I guess it always will be because they're not changing it. But Adam Ida, I offered him £150,000 a week. I think a loyalty bonus of about 6 million. More, £20,000 a goal bonus, I think. And look, his seasonal landmark goal bonus, 325,000 for 10 goals. He wanted 1.5 million for 10 goals off of me. So it's like hardly any money whatsoever, not playing in Europe, and he accepts an £86,000 a week contract with him. Like with me, he wanted double that, more than double that, and rejected a lot higher of a bid than what Norwich gave him. I can't work it out. They need to do something about the game because it's taking away the enjoyment of it. I love playing Football Manager. But when it becomes this frustrating, when you lose a player for £83 million who I probably should have been able to sell for 100 million anyway, then I can't replace him because all the players that I try to go for want double what they're on at their clubs, 3 times what they're on at their clubs. It's absolutely ridiculous. And now I'm going to go and see if I can try and sign some players. I'm probably not going to be able to because they want stupid amounts of money. I finished second in the league last year and won the League Cup with the team that I've got minus odds on Edouard, and Augustine McKay's retired. Nathan Ferguson, Rob Street have been released at the end of their contract. They weren't playing, and Dominic Livakovic has gone to Tottenham. Tottenham came in, put in a bid for Livakovic, and he asked me to accept it, so I accepted it. I've got Alban Lafont as my first team goalkeeper. I've got a couple of players on my radar to come in as backup, so I didn't really need Livakovic. He was a team leader, so we're going to miss that, but hopefully we'll be able to replace that anyway. I had to sell one of them. They both kept kicking off last season about playing time, didn't they? But I'm going to go and have a look and see what I can get. I've got about £120 million in the transfer kitty, so there's plenty of money available, but I want to spend it wisely. I don't want to just start throwing it around. There's 3.5 weeks left till the Premier League season starts. If we go another 2 weeks, I might have to start throwing some silly money around just to try and get some players through the door before the season starts. But until then, I'm sticking to my guns, and I'm not going to be forced to pay over the odds for players. £160,000 a week for a player who's just signed an £86,000 a week contract. It don't make sense, Football Manager. It doesn't make sense. In my little rant about how Football Manager is broken because of players demanding this, that, and the other, I completely forgot to tell you about Adam Plozek. It started up as a big transfer drama, and I expected to lose him. Man City, Newcastle, Bayern Munich and Barcelona all met his release clause. So I was basically waving goodbye to him. He was going to go. We were going to lose who is basically our best player. But he rejected all 4 of them. But I don't think it's because he really, really wants to stay with us. I think it's because he really, really wants to go to Paris Saint-Germain. He said the whole way through that PSG are his #1 club that he would like to go to. So there's still over a month left of this transfer window. I think that we will probably lose Adam Plozek as well. I've just put in a couple of bids. I've put in another bid for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Maybe restart talks with him. I do need some English players, obviously, because of Champions League registration and stuff. I can't just keep signing loads of foreigners. And in saying that, I've put in a bid for Julian Alvarez from Man City. People will probably remember that when this game first got released, Julian Alvarez was a wonder kid who was going to set the world alight. Then Man City signed him in real life. His stats have changed slightly in the game and he's hardly played for him. So he's not as good as what he should have been, but I'm hoping that he's still quite good in this game and that he will come on board. We have just signed a backup goalkeeper, Nick Pope. He's our new backup goalkeeper. He was okay with coming in as a backup. Comes in from Southampton, £10 million, but obviously he's English, so you have to pay over the odds for English players. Still valued between 11 and 13 million. Backup keeper. He isn't the worst. He has some decent stats. Handling one-on-ones, aerial reach, command of area, jumping reach, etc. Very solid stats. He might only be a 2.5 star, but at 32 years old and he's experienced international. You could have worse players as your backup goalkeeper, to be fair. So I'm quite happy with that. And now I'm hoping that I can try and get a couple more through the door. We definitely need at least 1 striker, probably 2. I'm looking at a couple of defenders to try and bring on board as well. And I would like that marquee signing, you know, that big marquee standout, amazing signing that might take this club to the next level. I thought it might be Musiala, but obviously he wanted too much money. I am tempted to go back in for him, but £300,000 a week is quite a lot, although he is an elite player. So it's weighing up the pros and the cons. I mean, if we want to move on to the next level, we can't keep signing 2.5 star, 3 star players and hope that they're going to turn into megastars or hope that they're going to turn us into an amazing team. We are going to need to spend the money, and I've just got to decide whether I want to do it now or whether I want to see how we get on in the Champions League, how we go this season, and then spend the money after that. We've reached the first day of the Premier League season. We're at home to Leicester. We're not going to show that in this episode because we're going to talk about the players that I've signed and the players that I've sold. There's not been much, actually, to be fair. Since I told you about the Adam Plozek thing, nobody's come in for him since. I'm still expecting a bid in the next 2 weeks. So I've got my eye on a couple of players that I would bring in if we end up selling him. I've brought in some players. I've spent quite a bit of money. I think I've spent 175 million in this transfer window. I've told you about Karabek, Mara and Pope. I did say about Julian Alvarez being offered a contract, and he is through the door from Manchester City. We have paid £32 million for him. He hasn't been a success at City at all. But, like I said, when this game first was released, Julian Alvarez was a wonder kid. He was headed for the stars, and Man City signed him in real life. I don't know why his attributes would have changed that much, but if you look at him, he's not exactly a poor player. He's scouted better than that. He's a 3-star advanced forward, potential of a 4-star, decent stats, nothing world beating there. He's got 17 flair, 16 first touch, 16 technique and 16 natural fitness, so he should know his way around the football. We then brought in Cody Gagbo from PSV Eindhoven, £58 million. Elite winger. Another one, though, who's an elite winger at 25 years old, and he scouted 4-star with like a 4.5 potential, I think he had. He's come in, he's a 3-star and a 3-star. But he's agile, he's quick, he can dribble, he can cross, he's got a great first touch, he can shoot, good technique. Like I said, elite winger, 30 caps for Holland with 9 goals. He's been playing for PSV, 7.5, 7.35, 7.44. Plenty of assists, plenty of goals. So he should be a great addition to the squad. And then Tino Livramento from Newcastle. I tried to get Max Aarons from Norwich because I wanted an English right back. I know we have right backs at the club. Although we did have 2. We've got Felix Agu and we had Ismail Casas. I've sold Casas now to Almeria. I'd done that once. I'd put in the bid for Livramento and once it had been accepted and stuff. But he's possible 5-star potential. Could be a star player for the team. Again, he's quick. He's got decent stats. He can cross, he can dribble. He's got good first touch. His tackling's good. His technique's good. Better than what we've got. Felix Agu, at the minute, I think he's got a contract that says he's an important player. He is. But Livramento will be starting. He's English. 20 caps for the under-21s. He's only 21 years old himself. So I'm looking at hopefully him turning into a sensational football player. And if he does, then the £60 million up front that I paid for him will be pennies. Started his career at Chelsea, went to Southampton for £5 million. Had a couple of decent seasons there. Then Newcastle paid £14.25 million for him at the beginning of last season. Played 26 games at 7.24, and I've just given, what's that, £45.5 million profit on him. Not bad, is it? Like I said, there's been a couple of players gone. Ismail Casas, I've just mentioned, has gone to Almeria, and Bruno Petkovic has also gone to Almeria. So they've both gone. Combined total of 26.75 million. Petkovic, he weren't really playing. He scored 1 goal last season in 15 appearances, 5 goals in 26 the season before. He hasn't really set the world on fire for us. I mean, he scored 8 goals in 3 seasons for us. So he was never going to be a top striker. He's 29 years old. So I thought I'd set him loose, set him on his way. I did put in a bid for John Stones as well. I said about getting rid of Petkovic because he's 29. John Stones is 30. But he scouted better than what we've got in defence, although we have got plenty of defenders. If we have a quick look at our squad depth, we've got Lafont, 3-star, Nick Pope, 2.5-star in goal. This is all the opinion of Steve Bold, though, remember, our assistant manager, so they could be better than what the star rating suggests. I don't go completely on star rating. I look at previous performances and stuff as well. Livramento's down as our 3rd best right back, but he will be starting the first game of the season. Anderson, Renan, Mansverk. For some reason, Mansverk is above Gurhey and above Gurhey and Kaiki as centre backs. I've never played him as a centre back, but Mitchell is our best left back. Renan can cover there, and also Agu and Livramento could go across as well. I do want to add a couple of elite defenders. I think that would definitely help us get to the next level. But we'll see our players like Renan and Kaiki develop over the course of this season. Midfield, we've got Camavinga and Karabek, who are going to be my starting midfielders. Elise can play in the centre. We've got Mansverk, McTominay and Grilic, who can come in and cover. Elise will be on the right wing. Lozek can play there. Asprilla is great cover. and Gagbo can go across to the right as well. Klozek is our best left winger, but he's going to be playing up front for me. Elise is second best left winger. Then we've got Asprilla, Alvarez and Gagbo. I'm probably going to start with Gagbo there. He's down as 5th best, but I'm probably going to start with Gagbo. And then Alvarez and Klozek will be the forward 2. I tried to get rid of Arcadia as well because he was useless, really. He came in last season. He played 8 games, scored 2 goals at a 6.97. I'll say useless. It weren't that bad, to be fair, but he didn't look great when I played him. If we go and have a quick look, just a quick look at the prediction, the preview for this season, the media predicts us to finish 8th. They predict Liverpool to win the league again, Man City 2nd, Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal, Newcastle, Tottenham, and then us. The bold expectation is top half of the season. Top half at the end of the season. Again, I'm going to say I want to challenge top 6 and have a deep cup run. That's what we said last season, and we finished 2nd and won the League Cup. So hopefully we can carry on pushing for the top 6. I mean, the players that I've got rid of and the players that I've brought in, I've probably brought in better than what I've sold. Livakovic was obviously a better backup goalkeeper than Nick Pope, but Nick Pope's still going to, I reckon he'll still do a decent job. Odson Edouard has gone to Arsenal. I'm not sure if Alvarez is going to be a fitting replacement for him. But other than that, like Petkovic and Casas have gone and Gakpo and Livramento have come in. So I've brought in better there than what I've sold. So I believe we're slightly better than we were last season. We haven't got any players in the media Dream 11 because that's made up of Liverpool, Man City and a couple of Man United players thrown out on the left. But we do have some players listed in the key players section. Karabek, Klozek are the 2 of our players who are in the key player list. So they may find their way into the media Dream 11 if they start to play well. If we look at our fixture list for the season, got Leicester at home on the opening day, like I said, and then we're away to Tottenham with our first away game, and then we play Liverpool very early on in the season. So what I'm probably going to do is do possibly a triple header, possibly just the Leicester and the Leicester and Liverpool games with the Champions League group stage draw. And until then, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you want to. If you don't, just carry on watching and I'll still be happy. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.